Rewrite using radical notation, then simplify. Part 1. Raise the base negative 125 to the 1/3 power, and then write that in radical notation. So the first thing we have to do is to recall the meaning of a rational exponent. So in general, if we have a base a raised to the 1 over n power, the n in the denominator of the rational exponent indicates that we need to take the nth root of the base. So the n in the denominator of the rational expression indicates that we need to take an nth root. The way that we write that down is we write a radical symbol. We write the base underneath of the radical symbol, and we write the n next to the radical. The way we read it is the nth root of a. So a raised to the power of 1 over n is equivalent to the nth root of a in radical notation. So for our particular exercise, we have the base negative 125 raised to the 1 over 3 power. We notice that the denominator of the rational exponent is 3, so this indicates that we need to take the cube root. So take the cube root So the way that we write that in radical notation is to put the radical symbol, put the base negative 125 underneath of the radical symbol, and put the number 3 next to the radical symbol. So we read this as the cube root of negative 125, and that is the radical notation. So we have the cube root of negative 125. In part 2, we're asked to simplify the base negative 125 raised to the 1/3 power. Write n on the answer sheet if the answer is not real. Well, we need to evaluate the cube root of negative 125. What that means is we need to think of a number that when multiplied by itself 3 times gives us negative 125. So let's factor negative 125. Write this as the cube root, and we need a number times a number times a number that is equal to 125. Well, one of the things I notice is that 125 ends in a 5, so that means that it's divisible by 5. Also, there's a negative in front, so negative 5 will divide into it. So let's take negative 125 and divide by negative 5. Negative 125 divided by negative 5 is equal to positive 25. Now 25 is 5 times 5, but the idea is we want the same number in each of the different blanks. And although 5 times 5 is 25, it's also the case that negative 5 times negative 5 is equal to 25. When we multiply negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, we get negative 125. Therefore, the cube root of negative 125 is negative 5. For every group of 3 factors, we just bring one of those factors out. So the answer is negative 5.